Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, in what time you are watching us from, and welcome to Teachers Stories. I'm usually very excited about Teachers Stories. I don't know about you. Today's edition is another special edition. It's a special edition because we have public school teachers, people you call government teachers. So today we have government teachers who happen to be my colleagues, awesome educators, and we are on the show today to demystify some myths about government teachers, or for better word, public teachers. My name is Ibire Brown, and I am your host on Teacher Stories. So welcome. Our first guest is Oyeronke Naomi Ikoki. Naomi, please, I hope I didn't spoil that name.
Oye Ronke.
Oyeronke. Okay, so we usually call her
Yes,
Ronke in school. So Mrs.
exactly.
Ronke is a trained civil engineer who earned her higher national diploma from the Polytechnic Ado Ekiti in 2007. Her early industry experience at JID Construction Company and Ascot Fabricators in Port Harcourt shaped her analytical discipline and practical problem solving skills. During her NYSC at CSS Shumasi in 2010, where she taught over 600 pupils basic technology, she discovered a lasting passion for education. I had to stress that so that we understand her background and how her education history started. She formally joined the River State Senior Secondary Schools Board in 2013 and has since served as a mathematics teacher committed to innovative technology driven instruction. She holds a postgraduate diploma in education from University of Port Harcourt and is currently pursuing an international diploma in education at University of Birkenhead. She has facilitated teacher training programs including the iMath Elevate 2025 project, equipping educators with practical AI tools for the classroom, an award winning volunteer and recognized community leader. She combines engineering precision and educational innovation, mentoring young people and supporting teachers to deliver meaningful future focused learning. Everybody, welcome Naomi. Mrs. Naomi, it's good to have you here.
Thank you
Welcome
so
to the
much.
show. I don't know if
Thank
they can
you.
see how I'm smiling. I'm sure I know I read this profile very, very fast. I had to do that because we still have Mrs. Eunice's profile to read, and it's also another
Yes.
long one. And I'm super proud to be associated with educators like you. I'm super, super
Thank
proud.
you.
I'm going to do a profile one day and just put your picture up and put this long profile you sent to me here so that people can see that government workers or government teachers are actually trained, educated,
Yes.
exposed, and we're actually working. Okay, so
Yes.
let's meet our second guest. She is Mrs. Eunice Creedmark. She's a director of Swell Time Learning House Limited, an authentic Montessori school in Port Harcourt, serving children from birth to age 11. With over 20 years of teaching experience, with over 20 years of teaching experience. She began her career in 2004 and has worked across preschool, primary, and secondary levels, including 13 years as a high school physics teacher. Her commitment to meaningful education led her to formal Montessori training, strengthening her ability to build a child centered learning environment that nurtures academic growth, creativity, and strong character. She has also received training in the Cambridge Assessment International Education Framework, equips her to guide students with global recognized standards. Guided by her Christian faith and values of love, compassion, and excellence, she leads 12 time with care and purpose. Under her direction, the school emphasizes self directed learning, hands on exploration, and collaboration, preparing children to become thoughtful, capable, and responsible members of society. Everybody meets Mrs. Eunice. Welcome to Teacher Stories, Mrs. Eunice.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yay! Yes, yes, and yes. Excuse me. Yes, yes, and yes. My colleagues, as you can see, I don't know what word to qualify you guys. Like when I read your profile, I'm like, wow. And then there are myths that people say government teachers don't go to work. Government teachers aren't trained. The public schools are dead, and so the government teachers are also dead. With the profile I have read out, that doesn't seem like it. So if you're joining us for the first time, please, I would like to plead you subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and share so that we can reach more people. This is the reason why we have teacher stories. And teacher stories is so that people can hear our story, know what we are doing, and not just say that teachers don't do nothing. Welcome to Teacher Stories again. So we start off with the first question. Usually, this is what I do. Who goes first? Miss Ronke, how about you go first? Tell us how you started. What is it for
Okay.
you? How you began? Yes.
I think my love for teaching started when I was on I went for NYC and we were posted to the school. At first on getting to the school, I saw the number of students. I was overwhelmed really because I didn't know my left from my right. I was like, how am I going to handle? And I know a lot of people will find this shocking. I'm a shy person. I don't know how to talk to people and like look into their eyes and like I'm talking to them. So I was so scared, but I had the principal he was strict and he
Mm-hmm.
was also a father, a mentor. He
Okay.
guided all of us that came to the school at that particular time. So I think that really helped a lot. So I was able to ease into the job. Then I connected with the students. When you connect with people, they were just it was so easy for me now to just talk to them, relate with them. I was teaching basic technology then, so and coming from engineering background, it was quite an easy subject for me to take on, and that was how it started. And
Yeah.
since then, I'm still at it. It's been 13 years, and I'm happy.
And you handled 600
Yes,
people.
I did. I did. That was
So,
a,
mhm,
like a training for me, and I think that was they really achieved what they wanted us to do then, which is for the core members
yes.
to learn how to teach, and I really did. Because when I started with the River State government, in my former school where I was posted, the first time we had our exam, they all usually post during the exams, they put the slot for math
Okay.
is always the last on the timetable. So
Okay.
because they want students to keep coming to school, right? So I was the first to mark all my scripts, enter my results, my score sheets, and they were like, how did you do it? I'm like, I've had training. I've been doing that for 600 students, and this one is just 300. And it's okay. I was able to do it. Mark, I submitted everything, so I I got a good place to start,
Yeah.
and I trained well there as in serving. So it made it quite easy for me to do my job as as a classroom teacher. Yeah.
Okay. So you became passionate just from teaching during
You
NYSC.
know,
Was it mathematics
yes.
you taught?
No, during NYS, it was basic technology, I taught. They were junior secondary school students then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Mrs. Eunice,
Thank
over to
you.
you. Did you also? At what point did the passion bug beat you? I seem to be the only one who didn't like teaching. Yes, I served as a teacher, But after NYSC, I didn't want to have anything to do with it. I only did it because it was NYSC. Yes, I wasn't passionate about teaching from NYSC, so I hope you didn't you did start yours from NYSC, so I don't look bad. Okay. At what point did the passion bug beat you? From birth?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Um, the passion for children started from birth. When I was
Ah.
5 years old, I decided to be a doctor. I went to see my mom giving birth in the hospital. I loved the way the doctors treated me, and I said to her, I remember asking her, "Who are these?" She said, "They are doctors." So I said, "Okay, I wanted to be a doctor for children." So I held on to that passion till when I was entering Uniport and I didn't get medicine. So they sort of convinced me, okay, you can do geology, and then if you get a good score, you can switch. So I went in for geology. After the first year, I didn't get the 4.5 to get into medicine. I told my mom I was going to teach. So it was something I got into school quite early. So by the time I was deciding this, I was about 16, 17, and I knew I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
teach because I wanted to work with children. So I started by volunteering in this Port Harcourt Children's Home. I went to teach children there, and that was in 2002. And so by the time I finished my university and went into, before, as I finished my university, I went into teaching. I went to a
Okay.
school and I got employed. I was teaching. I went for my youth service. I volunteered for Family Life to teach. So I just told them that it has to be a school. So I was sent to our Fidri in Kiana State, and it's just been. I think I'm one of those few that wake up every morning doing what I'd
Mm-hmm.
planned to do and what I love doing. So teaching the it's very strong. It's very, very, very strong for me. It's something
So
that
at the end of the day, I'm the
it's
only
my
one
lifeline.
yes, I'm the only one who doesn't
So
have
yes.
a story about how um I was born. I was born
Who
with.
repented along the way.
Oh my God, what happened to me? I'm the only one. When people come on the show on teacher stories, they talk about how they had a dream to be teachers. I didn't have any dream to be any teacher. I I I I I became a teacher based on that was the only job that was available. Okay, at the point at that time, 2013, we just saw the opportunity. There was no job at the time. I've been applying and didn't get through, so I just applied, and and then I still struggled for a while because, of course, it's when you're not passionate about something, it will take you time
Yeah.
to grow. It's when you decide that, okay, maybe I can be good at this. That's what is leading me to
Yes.
teacher stories and all that. So maybe I can be good at this. So the
Wonderful.
thing, so don't make me feel bad. You guys shouldn't make me feel bad. All of you had a passion from somewhere. Don't make
No,
me feel bad.
don't.
It's not
Don't feel
nice.
bad.
It's not nice.
No, don't
Okay, so
feel
let's talk
bad.
about yes. So let's talk about your growth. Okay, so Miss Eunice, you started from NYSC two, and then what led to Swell Time? Why do you think that you needed to start the school, and why did you actually go ahead to start the school?
For me, it's redefining education. I have a very strong philosophy for education. I feel that every child can learn, and that when we think that we need to teach every child the same way, then we miss
Okay.
out on some children. And basically, that came up from the lack of mathematical understanding in children. I felt that children struggled a lot with math, and they didn't
Okay.
need to do that. So it was very strong to redefine education, to do something new, not entirely new, but pursue a cause and to give every child the chance to learn, to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and be the best
Mm-hmm.
that they can be. That's what led
Awesome.
me.
Awesome. And you are doing a great job. Well done. Talking about growth, Ronke, you also have a profile, a robust profile. So I'm looking at some of the myths and I'm wondering why are public school teachers not staying in one lane? You know what I mean by staying in one lane? You studied engineering, and instead of remaining in that field, you are also going for an international educational course, you are getting trained. So I'm wondering if people are saying that teachers in public school aren't doing anything, why are we? Because I'm also doing some sort of training to be better educator. Why do you think we are doing this? Why?
Well, we want to be better now because that's the main reason is because we want to be better so that we can influence and do our job in a with the skill. We should acquire the right skills that we need to do the job well.
Okay.
Because as a teacher, you can't just remain, can't be static
Mm-hmm.
because you need to keep learning new innovations. There are so many things like she's talking about mathematics education and trying to
Mm-hmm.
effect a change in the way it is being taught and
Yeah.
everything. So you cannot just stay in one place and think, oh, you are going to um, affect the lives of the pupils that have been entrusted and kept in your classroom. So you need to make impact. And for you to do that, you need to keep training yourself, retrain, learn and unlearn. There are so many things that you think, oh, this is the right way, especially for us that did not have the education background. So you really need to keep on getting facts and learning new ways to be able to get across to your students and make impact. So staying in one place as an educator is not advisable at all at all, right?
That's all. And
Okay.
learning is for life.
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to everyone who has joined us. Please leave your question in the comment section and we will answer them. We are looking at myths about government or public school teachers. Now, the people I have here are very exposed, trained educators. They've told us their story about how they became teachers, and they are, I can tell you for free that these educators are passionate educators because I work with them. And so I know the limits and the lengths that they go for these children. Now, that brings me talking about going extra miles. Bring me to the work you go through. I see you, Miss Uni. Sometimes you take the students on extra classes for their physics practical. And I'm wondering, why was my physics teacher not like this? And I keep telling you, I don't
I
know
really,
how,
I wish I had
honestly.
that too.
Okay. See, so it's not only me. I don't know how my physics teacher was not as good as you because I see you, I see the work that you do. I see how you take your time to um, reduce or explain concepts that would have been difficult for these children. You even take time to have extra lessons with them. So, how is it that you are able to do these things? Why do you even bother? Because they say we don't work.
To them.
So, why do you even bother?
I would start. I would just permit me to go back a bit. What you
Okay.
asked Ronke the other time. When
Yes.
I was in the private sector and I'd gone
Okay.
really far. I was heading a school, and
Mm-hmm.
so I wanted to apply to the government. It wasn't because I needed an extra job. No, I
Okay.
wanted to also make impact in the um, public sector. So I remember
Okay.
one of these group. One of them said, "Why do you want to just kill your career? How can you go to government school? You will
Kill your
just it will
career.
be the
See?
end. It will
See?
be the end." She said to me, "Eunice, I want to be frank. You are finished." My uncle then, that really helped to train me, was one of the directors in the civil service. So when I told him I wanted to apply, he said, "What is it? Why do you just want to just kill yourself?
You're
What are you? You're
finished
doing
now.
so well."
Mm-hmm.
So this myth is very strong. They feel that government, you are gone. Nothing's
Mm.
going to happen there. So excuse me. I had that at the back of my mind before I got into government. So I was determined not to kill my career. I was determined somebody said that, "Oh, you'll be doing night." After now, we hear that you're selling stockfish in the staff room.
Are you serious? There's only stockfish in this stuff. See how they reduce
After
us
now,
to
we not
market
be surprised
sellers.
that we selling stockfish in the in the stuff, you know.
Oh wow.
But I think getting into the government school, I've met very passionate teachers, I must admit. From my former school to this present. In fact, sometimes I look at Ronke, I say, what gives this woman this energy to be so passionate about what you
Yes.
do? You know,
Yeah.
is the passion, is the desire to make impact, the desire
Yeah.
to make, it's amazing. One of those days I went to Uniport. I was running a
Mm.
master's program then, and then I heard one child, you know just screaming, "Ma, ma, ma." I stopped, and then he ran, he held me, he said, "You taught me physics." I held him, I was so excited. That was very years ago. Another time in
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
ShopRite, I stopped. One man came, he was dragging his wife and his baby. He said, "Please, ma, this is my wife. You taught me physics." And then, these things you are making impacts beyond the physics you are teaching. You're telling these children that they are important, and they mean the world to you, because when you go this extra mile, it's not just teaching children, like what my colleague
Yes.
Ronke is doing. It's not just, it's
Yes.
telling them that you're important, that you mean a lot. And I think
Yes.
what what drives us as
Mm-hmm.
public school teachers is
Yeah.
that we want to make impact in the lives of these children. And when you come to public school, you are looking at people, most 90% are children that are on very low income family. They're in very low income. 90%. You just have about 10%, that
Yes.
you would say, okay, parents just want their children to experience public school education, but it's not common. So it's the desire to make impact, desire to change our world, desire to drop something before we leave here.
Yeah. Yes, that's what teacher story is about. It's a desire to
That's
change our
just the drive.
world. Yes, that's just what it says. Show the world that we are passionate about what we
Yeah.
do, and because of that, our reward is not just waiting for us in heaven. Because that's another myth we are going to demystify.
Exactly.
So, but before we
No,
get
yeah.
before we get to talking talking about rewards, let me hear from you, Ronke. Your passion. You go the extra mile. You teach these children to dance. You teach them math. You help them with their extra classes. Why bother? After all, we are public school teachers. So why do you even care?
Well, the social aspect. There's someone online. I just saw her now.
Okay.
I took that from her in my former school. Her name is Doris Babatunde. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I will just be walking past her class and I'll see how she's talking to them. There was
Okay.
one particular session she had with them that really resonated with me before I left that school. And she was talking to them like, students, if you study hard, there was one statement she made, you can either you are a doctor or you
Yeah.
be a native doctor or because they were like playing, so she was just trying to let them know there's a way she coined that thing, and it resonated with me like I really need to start giving more to these students. So when I came to my present school, I started seeing beyond just the students in the class. I was seeing talent, you know. I was on one course and they were talking about recognizing talents in your students. They have skills. They might not be good in math, but they are good
Yeah.
in other things. So I started like looking out for those other things that they are good in, and that's what fueled. And I discovered that I was really enjoying the feedback I was getting, because a lot of them were always distracted in class. You see some people singing, some people tapping their feet. So I said, all right, you can tap your feet. Okay, come out. I brought out a speaker. Let's dance. Let's see how it goes. And it has turned to something else. And you see,
Yes.
most of them are now TikTok stars.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw one of them now in SS2. He has about 600,000 followers on TikTok, and that's big. That's huge.
Wow.
So it's when you are a part of a success story, that is what gives me joy. Every time I see them, like Miss Great just said, you see them out there. And I went for a burial somewhere in Ikuru town. I was just sitting down and I saw somebody coming. Hey, mama, mama, how you doing? You know, this is
Yeah.
somebody that it was quite difficult for him to understand the concept of most of the topics in math and everything. And we will sit down. I will just tell him, you need to just try and make sure you pass, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I saw him, he was like, I'm married now. Let me go get my wife to come and say hello to you. I was so surprised, you know. And before you know it, the woman came, they said hello, brought out fish. They gave me plenty fish that day. Imagine you went for a burial, I come back home with better fish. I was so happy. I said, no, our reward is here on earth, you know. It's so
Yeah.
satisfying when you see this, you know, on your birthday, the tributes they will give you on your social media pages, and they will you will not be wondering, what did I really
Yeah.
do? That's this, you know. So that's when you see that, then you are just fulfilled. You know, when people say, oh, they don't pay you well, they don't do that, you know, that joy that you're giving those children, you see the light shine in their eyes just because you told them
Yes.
something or you did something for them. I'm satisfied. That's just what I need.
Yes, satisfaction from our passion is what actually keeps
Yeah.
us going anyway. Some of us who are passionate, we
Yes.
agree that there are teachers, public school teachers, who will not bother. You know, the trend has always been from people who just sit in the staff room to people who are now passionate about this teaching job. I know growing up, that is the light in which we saw public school teachers. They won't get up
Yeah.
from their table, they won't teach, they don't go to
They'll
classes. We heard
bring a
these
goosey
things.
to the staff room.
And yes, they sell buns. They sell buns and
I
puff
still,
puff.
I remember that from primary school, the woman will bring a goosey and carry all the students. Okay, you, this your portion. You, this your portion. Everybody start breaking. I will start like, I came to learn, man.
Are you serious? I
Or
didn't go
pick
to a
Yes.
water
public
leaf,
school,
pick
so
water leaf, pick water leaf, pick water leaf.
Because yes, that was back at my hometown. I'll be like, I came to learn, madam, and you're giving me a goosey to
you
break
could
in the
see.
class, you know, somehow.
Oh my world! I didn't attend any public school, so I'm sure I would have had a story about this. I somehow I attended primary school. I didn't attend any
I
public school,
attended
so you
public
can
school
imagine.
Right.
also.
So they are right if they say that government teachers don't work. This has always
No,
been the
but,
trend.
government teachers have changed.
Yes,
They've really
since
really changed compared to that time. They have
I
in all
agree.
aspects. In
Yes.
all aspects.
I agree.
Yes.
Since our sets, let's even use River State as an example. Since 2013, that then Governor Amechi employed teachers. I mean, he even made it open. You didn't have to have education degree and an education degree to be a teacher. Just that
Yeah,
you're a graduate, come and apply. He made it open, and I met a lot of brilliant people in the field,
very
and they are still there, and they are still passionate about
yes.
the job. The passion bug beat me along the way. I know I struggled for a while because I didn't want to accept the job, yes, but I think I became passionate about 2021, 2022 when I joined school. And then I said, okay, maybe I can be better at this. So, but if we look at the trend from the egusi picking time, from the egusi picking time and now, educators have changed. Of course,
The
education,
stockfish
yes,
selling time.
has, yes, stockfish selling time, water leaf picking time, all that are gradually changing. Yes, they are gradually changing. We have
Yes.
more passionate teachers, although a few of us we wish, or I wish we can have more passionate people. Because if you
Yeah.
count, I'm sure that in a particular school we would have up to 10 passionate ones. The rest of them are
Yeah.
just it's just government school. We are just very few of us that are now passionate. But it's I think it's an ongoing process. What do you guys think? It's an ongoing process. Maybe the next set of teachers will buy into being passionate, like some of us have turned, and not pick a goosey and what's the name.
No,
You guys
but
think
if
that? Mm,
what I think is, when we were employed in
yeah.
2013, we all came with that drive. everybody was like, oh, I have to do this job. Everybody was on fire and everything.
Yeah.
But I think it is the influence of the other teachers that we
What?
met in the system. You understand? I
Yeah.
think it now rubbed off on some of us,
Some of us, yes.
So because when they see, oh, they do this and get away with it, they do this and nothing happens. So those that are not really, really, like you said, when you came in, that passion wasn't there and everything. I'm sure there were others like you too that didn't come with that passion. They just like, oh, this is the only thing I've got. Let me give it all I have. But at some point, they now saw that, look at these people. They are really not doing anything. They are not. So if I can be like them, and they started being like them, and they saw, okay, they could get away with it, and they just continue. So I feel that is what is happening. If new people should come into the system and they don't meet people that are on fire, that are passionate about the job, that want to get the job done, make sure these students we put them aright, bring in the 21st century skills in our classrooms, they
Yes.
will also end up being like the egusi picking people. That's my opinion, actually.
Okay, Miss Eunice.
And it's very, very discouraging. I remember when
Yeah.
I started the school, I started that 2013.
13.
The
Mm-hmm.
teacher, the principal called me one of because I was teaching physics, and then they didn't have any further math teacher, so I volunteered to also take further math. And the principal will always tell me, why are you stressed? The way you are doing this thing, you are doing it too much.
Too much.
These children, why are you so, the way you are doing it? I don't, I'm telling you, the principal. So when I come, he will call me from the window, come, come, they don't do like that. Calm down. The
Are
way
you
you are just
serious?
going to teach all the class, you want to kill yourself. So I was scared. I said to myself, is it the killing of career they told me about?
Yes, I used to
So
start selling
some people are
stockfish.
verbally discouraged, and that's the truth. Some people are told you are doing it too much. I'm sure some of us would have heard that why are you overdoing this thing? Why are you so passionate about this? So I think that's
Mm.
also would have affected some teachers that even came in with the passion, and then
Yes.
they are just feeling like, okay, let me just leave it. Let me just do. Somebody will say day my day. These children, they will not understand. See,
Mm-hmm.
public school teachers must change this narrative to feeling that no matter what you do, children will not
Yes.
understand. Is a lie. It's a lie. I say it all the time. It's a lie. It's not no matter what you do. It's just that we are limited in what we are capable of doing, because there's always a way that a child can learn. There's always a way. If he doesn't learn this method, he will learn this other method. So I think it's the discouragement from older ones, just like Ronke said, and even from the leadership, because leadership can actually dampen the passion and make you feel like, no, this
Yes.
your passion is not welcome there at all. Just do what we are used to doing and let it be like that. So they are very good. I want to end that by saying that Elijah in the Bible,
Yeah.
when he ran to hide somewhere, he was telling, I think he was running from the king that wanted to kill him. So when God
Okay.
met him and told him, why are you here? He said that everybody has bowed down to the Baal. It's only
Yeah.
him. And God now told him, my dear, you're not the only one. A whole
Mm.
70,000 are there that did not bow down. And I think that's what everybody should put, that you see in this government public school, there are
Yeah.
many passionate, very involved, intelligent, and great teachers. So you cannot stay where you are like
Yes.
Elijah and say, I'm the only one. No,
I'm
you're
the
not.
only one. Yeah.
You're not.
Wow.
It's true.
Wow. No, they're not the only ones. Wow.
You just have to be
That-
dare to be
You know,
different.
yes, talking about people
Yeah.
discouraging people. Someone recently told me this teaching thing, you're taking it too serious. Oh. You're taking this thing too serious. And I'm like, how else should I take it? I don't
In
get
my
it.
life,
I like to be good at what I do. That's just it. I like to be good at what I do. What's wrong with being good at what we do? Okay. So and she was like, "Ah, you're taking this that I'm the only one that she knows that is taking this thing too seriously." I said, "Ah, I don't know how else because I'm looking at it and I'm wondering how do you stand in front of the future of tomorrow, like they say, and you are not able
Exactly.
to explain concepts that you are being paid for, that you say you know how to explain it. It beats me.
It's true.
For me, I will feel like I failed. I don't know how other people do it. Some people just come and they just copy the notes on the board. And like you said, Ronke, they cut, there's a transfer of laxity from the other sets, from the previous people
Yes.
to the new ones. Initially, we came with so much zeal and rigor. We wanted to just get in there. We came, we're so energized. We're energyful people. We're strong people. We're ready for the job.
Mm,
Only to get there and it is not as it seems. It's like we are doing too much.
exactly.
They're like, ah, you people are
No,
doing
they,
too
they'll tell
relax.
you, they will just dampen that spirit in you, you
And
know.
at some point, we're even giving them a run for their money. We will be standing at the door waiting for them to come out so that we can take over the time, you know.
Yes,
There
yes.
was this passion, and then all of a sudden we are like, really, maybe we are actually doing too much for some of us,
Too
and then
much.
we back, yes, and then we back and so now that I've decided, okay, I want to actually do too much. Someone is telling me, you are doing too much. Oh. Recently, she said, this is your teaching thing. You are the only one I know that is the. I said, ah, is it because it's public school? I think that's what it is. If I was teaching in a private school, maybe they wouldn't say that about me. Or what do you guys think?
They
Maybe if I
won't
was
say
doing,
that. No, they
No,
will
they
not.
won't. They
They
won't.
won't. They won't.
so
You know, a
it's
lot of
okay
people
for
will
the
say, they will come
it's okay for the children in private school to get receive so much
to
from
get
teachers, and it's
teachers
not
that are
okay.
passionate.
So it's
Exactly.
not okay for people in the public school.
No,
That's
and
not right.
I think that's one of also the things, because the Bible says whatever you are doing, you should do it
Do
as
it
if you're
well,
doing it for God.
not to
Yeah.
God.
So
Yes.
that's one of the verses that propels me, because I always feel somebody is teaching my child. Okay, my child is
Mm-hmm,
not here. So the
mm-hmm,
zeal I am using to teach this child, the passion,
mm-hmm.
I'm going the extra mile for this particular child. I want,
Okay.
because it's like you're sowing a seed. So my own kids too can reap it, you know. Let them
Yes.
have teachers that will be passionate, that will love them, that will make sure they are trained, properly trained and taught, you know, and shaping them well, just the way I am doing for other people's children. So I just feel it's like a win-win for me when I'm doing that. The same thing will also happen to my own children. That's what I believe. You know?
But I think it works that way. I've seen it in my kids' life. I think it works that way. I'm a
Definitely.
teacher, yes, but I don't teach everything. I have a son who is interested in arts. I'm a science teacher. I don't know what
Mm,
financial accounting is. And he's doing so well. So something just dropped in my
yes,
spirit that says, okay, maybe it's because I teach the other children so well. So that's why God in
yes,
turn is because if he comes with his financial accounting problems, I'm not able to solve it. So I think it works. What you sow is what you reap. You actually do reap.
yeah,
It's been a wonderful time so far, guys, and I'm really enjoying my time. For
yes.
those of you who are still here, thank you for being here. If you have any questions, please write it in the comment section, and please do subscribe to this channel, like our videos, and share. We would like to hear your story from your school. I see that Miss Doris is still here. She's also my friend, so I'll be coming to your school next. Let's see what you have been doing and how you've been
She has been
helping.
doing well.
Yes. I know, I see her status. I know she's been doing great. Okay, so let's demystify some of those myths. So number one, we've demystified that public school teachers actually do go to work. Next is training. I would like us to talk about training. Do you think it's important for the public school teacher to be trained? Why? Miss Eunice, let's
It
start with
is.
you.
All right. One of the reason I will give that, certainly you need to be trained. But I will use the scripture that I always say to teachers I meet. Jesus said to his disciples, he said, instead of you to put one of these little ones astray, he says
Okay.
it's better that they tie a stone around your neck.
Yeah.
Take you, they did not just tie you, they are
A
taking you
spoon?
to the
Tie a spoon?
middle of the ocean
Okay.
and they should drop you there. Jesus said that it is better for you that they carry a
Mm,
big stone, tie
Oh
it around your neck, carry you to the middle of the ocean, and drop you there, than for you to mislead any of these ones. If
Any
you are
of
not
these
trained,
ones,
you will
yes.
mislead children. If
Okay.
you are not trained, you will mislead children. You
Mm-hmm.
would be giving obsolete education, like what we have now in most teachers are giving education that is not relevant.
Okay.
Definitely not relevant. In fact, Nigeria is giving education that is not relevant. You know,
Curriculum that's not
curriculum
relevant.
that is not relevant. we are we are giving, in fact, things that do not, the children don't even know why they are doing the things that they are doing. I remember we did Fortran 77 when we were in school. I don't know whether you did it.
Yes, I did it. I did it. It's University of Port Harcourt. We did it. I was in year two. I
Where
had no
being
business
doing,
there.
what are we studying something that is so obsolete? So I think people should know that what you know now is going to be
Mm-hmm.
obsolete. In we are raising children. I always say to people that we have no clue the future they will meet. You don't have a clue.
Yes.
We don't
Yeah.
even know what. That's why you can't really train children. You can't really teach children. You can only teach them how to learn, because they will have to learn a lot. So if you are trying to teach people how to learn and then you are still copying your lesson note of 2013 in 2026, then there's a problem. So the major need for um, training is that
Mm-hmm.
you don't get to into trouble, because if you
Mm-hmm.
mislead a child,
Yeah.
Jesus said it's better, far better that you are
What are
stuck
you
in the
supposed to be
middle of
doing with
two
the
people.
spoon?
He
What will you
said
be doing
what?
with the spoon? What will you be doing with the spoon in the ocean? Scoop the
Not
water.
spoon, a stone
Oh, a
round
stone.
your neck,
Okay.
so
A
that you can
stone so
see,
that you can sink
you can
deeper.
think
That you can
properly.
drown.
You
Drown.
can see down properly. He said it's
Yes.
water.
Mm.
So what can be better than being drowned? It's so it's being drowned is a very difficult way to die. It's a very
Yeah,
painful way to die.
very.
So
Yes, it
Jesus is saying
is.
that that one
Very.
is even milder. It's milder than what will happen to you. So training is very important.
Training is really, really important.
Very important. Yes, she's frozen. Miss Eunice, we can't hear
Um,
you anymore.
I mean, I
Okay,
didn't.
so I see
For
some
me, I
comments
feel
here.
training is important, but
Mm-hmm.
a lot of teachers shy away from training
Yeah.
because they feel they know it all, but nobody knows everything. It's not possible
Yes.
that you know everything, and you need to
Mm.
also move with the time. The times that
Yes.
we are in right now, everything is so
Mm.
fast. New innovations coming
Mm-hmm.
in, new skills coming in. So you really need to move with the time, you know. Just like
Mm.
somebody was saying, oh, AI is going to replace teachers. AI will
Mm-hmm.
replace teachers that are not trained.
That
That's
do
just the
not know
truth.
how to use it.
If you do
Yes.
not embrace AI, you will just find yourself that you are one obsolete tool in the school, and before you know, they will do away with you. So I feel training is very, very important. It is important
Yes,
for us.
let's take some comments. Uskla says training is very important. Yes, we agree. Okay. Because of training. That says that's why she puts in 100% when I am teaching my learners. Okay, so that you don't give
That's
them
good.
outdated
100%.
information. Yes, so you don't give
Mm.
your learners outdated information. So when Miss Eunice was talking about lessons that are obsolete, I remember my lecturer. One of my lecturers in Uniport, as at the time, I think it was my year two. This like 2004 or five thereabouts. I can't remember the exact year, but between 2003 2004, she had a lesson note or a manual. What do we used to call that thing? Handouts. She had a handout that she had used as before my set. She has been using that particular handout for 20 years. No new information, no editing of anything. It's the same one the same set has been using. They just pass it on to the new set. She doesn't review information, she just uses it. So I'm just wondering, the reason why people don't grow much is because they don't bother. You don't bother with training, and training is super, super important. Okay, I see
That's
all
not
your
nice.
yes, I see all your comments. Please keep them coming. Thank you for joining us. Okay, and she says training is important. Ada says it would go a long way to prepare you enough to impact our learners positively. Awesome. I agree.
That's
I
so true.
agree. Yes, it is. I remember one of those days I walked into class. Okay, so when we were employed, we were about six of us that were to teach biology or health science. So we decided to share it in two. Three teachers would teach biology, three teachers would teach health science. So over time, we noticed that some of the students were no longer interested in health science once they get to SS2 and SS3. So we dropped health science in my previous school. And then some of the teachers we had also reduced because some had transferred to a different school. So they made me teach biology, and they started with
Hmm.
SS3 for something I had not studied, I had not even looked at. That was like my first time of teaching biology. So I walked into class unprepared, and this boy threw me off my feet. Like, he asked a question I was not ready for. I had not
Yeah.
studied ahead. I had not prepared any notes on it. And you know why it baffled me? It baffled me because it was a village school. It was a
Hmm.
village school, and here's a child who people would think that they don't study, they don't bother,
Yeah.
asking me
And he even read
advanced
ahead.
questions. My goodness. And you know what I did? I just told the boy, don't worry, in the next class. It's not true. I don't know the answer. I didn't know the answer to that particular question.
And
So I just
the students look, they pick it out when you are not prepared. They know that
they
you are not
do.
prepared, and
They
so they
do.
will now keep insisting. No, no, can you please just say something about
Explain
that?
it.
You know?
They do. They know when you're not ready, you're not prepared. So I'm wondering why public teachers will now go ahead and now not train themselves or not even prepare for class. So you now walk into class. Okay, for instance, I teach biology, and they throw a question at me, and I'm just, well, I tell you, I don't repeat that mistake anymore because I go prepared to class, and because I have
Yes,
now taught it several times, I'm used to it. So I'm even
used to
used
it.
to,
Yes,
yes, I can better explain the concepts to them. So one question for you, Miss Ronke. I think that the network has thrown Miss Eunice. Hopefully she will join us back on the
yes.
show. So one question for you. You are studying a diploma in education with an international school, Birkenham. My question would be, what does global excellence look like to you for a teacher? What does it look like as a teacher? Global excellence.
For me, I think as a teacher, global excellence, like there's a group I'm in, teachers in there's a group portfolio teachers or something. Yeah,
Okay.
somebody was talking about obtaining QTS, and that's like TLCN to us. So with that
Mm-hmm.
QTS, you can teach anywhere in the
Anywhere
UK.
abroad.
And
Yes.
so that particular teacher now, he or she is like a candidate that has global excellence, because anywhere he or she goes to right now,
Also.
she can be
Mm-hmm.
able to practice as a teacher. You know, so
Yeah.
for me, getting all the necessary skills, knowing,
Mm-hmm.
let me say, knowing a little about everything. You know, when I got this
Yeah.
admission to the Buckingham University,
Yeah.
I was taught about the special needs
Mm.
education. You know,
Yes.
it just opened my eyes to a lot of things. I actually cried because I have a niece that is
Yeah.
autistic, and although I've been
Okay.
relating with her, I'm doing some things that I did not know was what was
Mm.
required. I was just doing that just because, oh, she's family and everything. But I have encountered a lot of students in my 13 years in this job
Yeah.
that I did not know were special needs children because they were in a public school. You know, um, in a private school, you will have to test the child. Then they will tell you, oh, this child needs so so and so. There's a teacher that will be assigned to them and stuff like that. But we don't have that.
Yes.
And we just bring everybody together in our own classroom. So I feel as an educator, you should have all this knowledge. should be able to know a child that is that has dyslexia. You should be able to
Dyslexia.
know, oh, this child is autistic. This is how you should be able to use the Bloom's taxonomy in your
Mm-hmm.
questioning, in your lesson notes and stuff, so that you can carry everybody. Because in your class, you have the able learners, you have the less able learners, you have the ones that, oh, you need to really give an extra um, time so that they can be
Mm-hmm.
able to follow up with what is going on. So for me, I feel
Yeah.
you really need training for you to be an excellent or global excellence teacher. Yeah.
Yes, and to add to that, I'm interested in IGCSE. So for those of you watching that are watching currently and will watch later, IGCSE is another certification you can get that also can make you stand out globally. And the good thing about IGCSE is not like it's a general course. You can
Yeah.
specify if you want to do it for your subjects. So I want to do
Yeah.
IGCSE in biology, for instance. An English teacher can have that done, get certified as an IGCSE educator, and you can
Educator.
use that. Yes, you can use that anywhere in the
Anywhere
world.
in the
So you
world.
yes, so you become relevant globally. So that you're not just stuck on just teaching in the public school where you are. I mean, there's a
Yeah.
whole lot going around education now compared to before.
Now,
Yes, so that is
now that
why
we have
we have
flipped classrooms, we have flipped classrooms now, we have
yes,
remote teaching. Like this
you have
Buckingham
remote
now
teaching.
is
Yes.
online. We've been learning for almost a year now. It's been
Wow.
online and it's been so, you will not know that I didn't believe that I could learn online, and
Mm.
the impact and everything, you know, you are synchronizing everything, you are learning, they
Yeah.
drop videos, you watch. So if as a public school teacher, oh, you're saying I'm not being paid well and everything, you could pick up a job online. You're teaching somebody in China. You're teaching, there's a colleague of ours that was teaching Igbo to some students
Okay.
in China. That was last
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there's so much that we can do as educators in this day and time. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Talking about so much we can do, let me just use this opportunity to tell those of you that are watching and public school teachers that will watch later, there is a whole lot you can do. We already know that the salary for us, especially those of us in River State, is very low. It's not even enough. I mean, the price of things are on the increase, and maybe you are wondering what is it that I can do other than sell crayfish, like we have just laughed about, other than sell a goosey. Not everybody basically can even do business. I can do business.
Business.
Yes, I
I
tried
can't.
it. I tried it. It didn't work, so I just let it go. No
That's a
problem.
story for another
We
day.
that's a story for another day. We have people have grace for different things, but if you are a
Exactly.
teacher that you are passionate, you can learn how to teach online. You can do a lot of, like she said, there's a flip classroom. If you learn how to use AI, for instance, it will make your work easy. You can also use that
Yes.
as an advantage to find places remotely. We have enough time. We work from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. When you get home, you give yourself another 2 hours, and then you can teach for as long as you want online, and you're making money in foreign currency. So there's a whole lot
Yeah.
going on in education. And then, like we just talked about global excellence, if you are certified globally, you can travel out of this country and you can teach with that certificate. Okay, so please, I'm
Yeah.
encouraging everyone. I have a passion for our colleagues, people in the public teaching space, the public school space. My challenge has always been, if they are getting enough training, what are they doing with the training? I discovered that the Junior Secondary Schools Board, the UBE Board, the Universal Basic Education Board,
Education
that is
board.
responsible for primary to JS3,
Yeah, secondary. Yeah.
actually, yes, they actually do trainings for their teachers. And I'm wondering, what have they been using this training for? Now, there's a question here from Miss Ada. She says, it is difficult for the management. Okay, why is it difficult for the management to properly train teachers, knowing that information learned would go a long way to help learners enjoy their lessons and teachers teach with ease? Before I
I feel
give
is
answer that, Miss Rocket, do you have something to say?
I
She's
just feel is
asking.
the policy that we have and the people, that are at the helms of affairs, because when you do not have educators
Yes.
in that, the policy makers are not educators, this is
Mm-hmm.
what you get.
Yes.
So the more is better we start having the right people, they putting a square peg in a square hole, so that we can have those people. Because now those people are just thinking about themselves. You see that they say, oh, there's a training. At the end of the day, it's the people in the ministry that will go for the training. They don't need the training. It is those in the classrooms that need the training. So that is how it's supposed to be. But if you have people that are educators, that are passionate, when you see other sectors in doctors, you have doctors being making policies for them. So because they feel they are paying, they know what they are doing. But you have a doctor as our minister, and I don't know. So the policy makers are not educators. So, and that's what is going on. That's what is really wrong with our own system. That's my opinion. I feel we need to start having policy makers that are people taking with education background. So those are the people that we need in our system to help us make everything okay. Yeah, because it's really not,
Okay,
and we
so
need this
sorry about
training.
that. Nigeria has happened to me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can imagine, but we can hear you.
Mhm. Yes. Okay. So Ada says, not Ada, Miss Dory says, Ada, please, who is the management? Okay, so I think that what she's talking
Government,
about is
like the
governments.
principals, or is it the principals? Because even the principals are under the ministry, so I should say it's government. Government is management, because they hold the knife and the yam, like they say in Nigeria.
The government, is it just the government? I think she wanted to hear principals or something. I don't know. I don't know which
No, the
government.
principals, most of the time, if they ask you to go for training, who is sponsoring the training? The government is. If you are a public school teacher, trainings are supposed to be sponsored by the government. Most of the trainings that we have been on is self-sponsored most of the time, or maybe NGOs or organizations that do theirs, like, or maybe all these oil companies, they sponsor trainings for capacity building workshops for teachers, right? But
Yes.
ideally, it's supposed to be the government, because you are working for the government. So government is supposed to send you people, and now they sit in their offices and
Mm-hmm.
say, oh, there's a training coming up. And you will see on the list, you're supposed to have 100 teachers. You will see 80 people there. Oh, my sister's son, my brother's sister's son. Those are the people you will see on the list. Then you will now find 20 teachers there. What will those 20 teachers do? If you have 100 teachers on the list, by the time they go back, they will also tell their colleagues, this is what I learned. This, like, now we are here, now we are sharing ideas, we are talking about, I've learned
Yes.
something today being on this place, even from the questions from those that are not even talking, from the comment section, I've learned something.
Yes.
So, and that is how it is, because we share and we rub off on each other. But you find out that these trainings are there, and they will say, oh, they've sponsored 20,000 teachers. At the end of the day, nothing.
Or they
You
do
know,
a shabby training like the one they did
a
for us one time
shabby.
and packed
Yes, and they'll
everybody
give you
and
15 naira
put.
biscuits. And you will be shocked when you see the budget for that training. It's
Okay,
quite
so
sad.
um Give says the teachers must be ready to be trained. I think they are ready to be trained. You are just the ones that
I think so too.
are making it look at, they train them. Junior secondary school teachers get trained. Excuse me, they get trained. So I know that for a fact that they actually do get
But for
trained.
me, I also
But I know that
feel
the senior secondary,
teachers
mm,
should come off this need
government must train
for
you. Why don't you go and
certification.
get,
No.
why don't
So, but apart from that, there are some teachers that believe, oh, I just need the certificates. you will notice that if you join maybe a group where they want to train you, the first question you will see most of the teachers, educators asking is, will I get a certificate at the end? And I'll be like, where are you taking this certificate to? Are you going to take it to the
Mm-hmm.
bank to collect money or something?
Mm.
Because they'll
Yes.
always be asking, will I get a certification? Will I get a certificate at the end of this training? And the moment maybe the organizers will say, no, since we're doing it for free, we just want you to come
Mm.
and develop yourself. I bet you go and check they will just exit. You just see Mr. Ronke exited. This person exited just because you heard that you are not going to get a certificate after that training, which I find quite odd. Like somebody is offering to train you for free, and the only thing you are thinking about is the certificate you want to get. So, but I don't know. So this craze for certificates,
I think that now that we have talked about global excellence, that should put through more light to this certification thing. You don't need a certificate for every training. Okay, you
yes,
just need one or two that is relevant. Okay, one or two that is relevant. You can get trained, certified as an IGCS, or you can do the QTS. Don't have to do all of it.
mm,
One certification is fine, and then you learn
mm,
along the way. See the others as I get on trainings because I just want to see if there's a new information I've not heard, and sometimes I actually
yeah.
see or get to learn about something I've not heard. Miss Eunice, welcome back. We're talking about how
Nothing that
what global excellence means
Sorry,
for teachers.
I joined. I joined through the other link. So yes, I've been on it.
Other link, yes.
Yes,
Mm. So we're talking about global excellence, what
yes,
it means for teachers.
yeah.
So you have something to say about it. That's what led us to being trained and
Yes.
certifications.
I heard you talking about IGSCE. When you
I
look
just,
at
I just,
different, yes, when you look at the difference between the Cambridge and the Nigerian curriculum, you will see that you really
yeah,
need something more. The approach is
yeah,
different. That's why you can't easily get into those kind of curriculums without the training. So the world is
yes,
becoming a global village. So you cannot
yeah,
just tell yourself that I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for 50
exactly
years. I've been doing this for
okay.
35 years. Is it you now that want to come and tell me how to do this?
to do
You will,
it.
just like I
Yeah,
said, you are obsolete. You are behind. You
Yeah,
are a
behind.
decade
Yeah.
behind. Yes. So this
Mm-hmm.
global training, it keeps in fact, it's more than
Yeah.
just certificate. Just like Ronke said, people
it's more
want
than
to
just a
have that. It's more
certificate.
than that.
Yeah.
It's you being able to talk where others are talking, because it gives you the kind of
True.
training that gives you that global competence. So when you are
Mm-hmm.
talking with other, you know what you are talking about. You can't be a teacher for
Mm-hmm.
30 years and then somebody is talking about another curriculum other than the Nigerian curriculum, and you can't even
Mm-hmm.
contribute. You are
True.
lost. You are lost. And I don't think that's what our children deserve. These children are
Actually,
going to be global citizens. They are not just going to, some of
yes,
them will travel out, some of them
Yeah.
definitely even in public school, please. Most of them
Mm-hmm.
will have scholarship abroad. Some of them will be
Yeah.
trained by uncles. We cannot tell what God
yeah,
has planned for these children. And when you
exactly.
know what is out there, you'll be able to train these children to be able to also stand where their parents are
Mm-hmm.
standing. So, and if you look
Exactly.
at
Yeah.
most private schools are already doing it for their children. So why are we depriving
True.
these public
Yes,
children
And the
from
exactly.
public
experiencing the same thing?
school teachers.
So I
Yeah.
think that
Yes.
when we look at what we're doing to these children, it will drive us to
Mm-hmm.
getting more training, whether the paper is evident or
Yeah.
not. I don't think that's
Yeah.
Mm.
most people are
And you
even
see,
I've
as
gone
Okay.
public
for
school,
training, and people have asked me, "Are you going to give me certificates?" I
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Do you know, I find that it's like it's painful to me when I see teachers like, are you going to give me a certificate? I'll be like, they are already training you. There's this MTN sale that just ended
Yeah.
recently. MTN
Mm-hmm.
gave out
I, wa- I was on it
the
too.
opportunity to you were on it, right? 5,000 teachers.
Yes.
They were giving
Mm-hmm.
airtime so that you could join and
Yes.
everything.
You could join
And the only thing some people were just asking, when will I get a
certificate.
certificate? Will MTN
Mm-hmm.
pay me? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
they will pay you for the knowledge they want to give to you.
They
How
have given
absurd
you.
is that? You know, so
Mm.
we need to just stop all those things. And you will introduce, oh, there's a training here, it's for 5,000, it's for 10,000.
Absolutely.
And
That one they will not
before
pay
you know,
you.
you will see they will just go away from that. That discussion has just ended there. We should
Mm.
we should stop shying away from such things. Yes,
Public
knowledge
school teachers don't
getting.
even public school teachers don't attend paid trainings.
No, no.
No,
So
they
if they have
don't.
to pay,
They don't pay training.
then if they have to pay,
They
if they have to
don't.
pay, then that means you have to give them certificates. If they manage to pay, then you have to give them certificates.
The
Otherwise, they
number
are not
of
99,
coming.
people that will pay,
99% won't pay.
they won't
Especially
Mm-hmm.
those
pay.
that are not passionate. They
They
don't see
won't
the
pay.
need
Okay,
to
so we have
go.
a question. So we have a question here from Gifts. There are two questions, so take it in bits. What are the biggest challenges teachers face in public schools today? There are numerous. Should we start with our school? Because all three of us are in the same school. Let's start with our school, please. What are the challenges?
Infrastructure,
That's the
no
first I wanted to
power.
say, sir.
It's
Oh,
infrastructure because we don't even have classrooms. We don't have our staff room. If you see the chairs we sit on, you'll be praying for us every day, right?
our
The,
ceilings are
the
falling on our heads. Our
on
ceilings are
our
falling.
heads.
I don't know. I
When
don't know
it's
who is
raining, when it's
watching this
raining,
and who is going to watch this later.
we
Come to our
we
aid.
enjoy nature.
You can't speak in class. Yes, you can't speak in class when it's
Oh,
raining because it's so noisy and everybody, and you can't even see. It's dark, no lights, no power.
No,
So I don't know who
I've
is
taught
watching
with
this.
the
That's why we have
torchlight.
this platform, Tickle Stories.
I've taught with
You
torchlight
imagine, I
in my
can't do that
class.
now.
No, I did that. I did
Just
that.
imagine.
And they were like, even in this darkness, I'm like, no, we have to do this today. So luckily, I
That's
had
because it was
my two
raining now.
phones. It was raining,
Mm-hmm.
yes. And the rain caught me in
Mm-hmm.
the class and it became dark. So I brought out one of my phones
Yeah.
and the other, I gave one student, okay. So when I moved to this way, they will shine the light this way. They were like, this woman. I'm like, we
Wow.
have, we have to make do with what we have because we are going to lose that period and we needed to do
oh.
something.
Mm.
So I
Me, I
feel
end the class. I will
teachers,
just stand there and I'll be praying for the rain to stop. That's what I do. I'll
the truth is,
start to say,
we are
please,
just
this rain just stop.
self-motivated to gift Victor. For me, I am self-motivated because if I want to look at how much I'm being paid, I'm telling you, I will not even stand up tomorrow morning to go to work. I will not. Right? But so I just feel most of us are
Mm.
self-motivated and the passion is what is driving us. Because when we go, we know that, oh, we are making
What's
impact, we want to
driving
change
us?
lives.
Yeah.
Like Miss Eunice just said, we are training global citizens. So when you know that, oh, tomorrow this is going to be the president of Nigeria, this person is going to be the minister of education. So let me just sow my seed, do my best. So we're all just self-motivated. That's what I feel. That's the way we encourage ourselves with the
Okay, so
limited resources we
The
have.
other challenge is the salary.
so let
Hmm.
The
me
other
let me
challenge is
let
the
me talk
salary
about let me answer
challenges.
this. I gift
Yes.
that's
Let's
really
answer
what.
the challenges first. She asked two
Yes.
questions.
What's
Yeah.
the biggest challenges teachers face in public school today? From my own experience, one of the biggest challenge that I experience is lack of motivation in the part of the children.
Yeah.
The children are not motivated at all. It is a struggle to bring these children motivated. And if you link
Yeah.
this lack of motivation, you can easily link it to the lack of infrastructure. Do you know what it means to to learn in a place that is not comfortable at all? To
Mm,
the place
Mm,
hot, no fun. When it's hot,
mm,
it's crowded. Then you are looking at when it's
mhm.
raining, you can't. All those things have dampened the children's desire to learn.
Yeah.
So
I
that is
think so
one thing
too.
that you are very passionate about what you do. When you walk into the class, you have to take more
Mm,
time to call the
Mm,
children, like, please come with me, come with me. It's a big challenge. It's a very
yeah,
big challenge. How do we
it
stay
is.
motivated even with this limited resource? Because you see, one of the things that resources, education is
mhm.
expensive, but we are just pulling through because we don't have a government that understands this yet. And it's more like, and we also don't have parents that understand it yet. Like I said, most of these children are from low income families, and so parents
Mm-hmm.
don't see any reason. So when you are saying you're paying examination fee 3,000, the
Mm-hmm.
children feel like what? And parents say it
Mhm.
like, but you're asking yourself, how many papers do you want to write? Are they not going to print them? So the same parents,
Exactly.
they pay 20, 30,000, 50,000 in private schools for examination.
Yes.
And then you feel that you don't deserve 3,000, like you don't deserve 3,000 naira exam. So I think we one of the ways that we can stay motivated as teachers in this kind of
Mm-hmm.
scenario is focusing on that passion, focusing on the
Yeah.
goal, looking ahead. For us, it's not just about coming there. It's not about, I will not even, for a passionate teacher, the pay does not really bother us, sincerely speaking,
Yeah.
because we look
Exactly.
at other ways of getting financing. You cannot have one stream of income.
You even
Dangote
spend
is
the money
doing
you are earning. We spend our money now,
thank
you
you.
know,
Yes, we do.
buying
Dangote is
Yeah.
doing cement.
materials.
Dangote
I
is
do
doing
that
Yeah.
all
cement.
the time.
So we when we want, like I said, one of the things is dropping something before we leave this earth, because we'll all leave this earth. So the point is that what is the legacy?
True.
What are you leaving behind? The Bible says that a good man leaves in heritage for his children.
Inheritance for
And that one
children.
is not just housing, it's a name. It's something.
Yeah.
Somebody will see your are you the daughter of Ronke? Oh, she was my teacher when I was in
Yeah.
nursery, when I was in secondary, when I was in, you are leaving something for it. So for us, the salary is not the issue. The point is getting these children motivated. And that's why you see people
Yeah.
like Ronke calling NGOs to come to the school to help the school build it better. Do
Yeah.
you know? See how good extra mile getting people to come and see what we have. How can you help? Because when children feel special, they learn better. So when they see that
Yeah.
you don't value where they stay, then they just feel that this is not worth it. So I think that's for me, that's the
Yes, I do
It's
hope
true.
that Gift has gotten her questions answered. Stay motivated. You can only be your own motivator.
yes.
The passion that you have. Yes, so it's the passion that you have that motivates you to keep
It's
Yes,
going.
true.
Because if
yeah,
we were to go by the salary, we will not be doing what we are doing. We will not even bother to be trained. We will not be bother to get any certification. We will not bother to teach the way we do. Like Ronke said, we spend our own money. If I have to teach some of my structures, I print them. I print those
Yes.
structures from Google, put it up. The other day, I had to project from ICT office. I begged them to help so that I can use the computer room, and we went there to because for me, I don't see it as I'm teaching something. It's not abstract. So how do I connect?
Yeah.
I need them to understand it. And like you said, there's this song that says, "What will you be remembered for?" I think that teachers should be remembered for their hard work. Teachers should be
yes,
remembered
Mm,
for the impact that they make daily, for the
yeah.
sacrifices that they make. That is the reason why this channel is better on. This is why it is founded by me. It's just something that occurred, and I said, okay, we can actually tell our stories. Who knows? Somebody can come across some of these stories and will come to our aid. Now they've said a lot of things about public school teachers, and we know that we don't have enough time. We are wrapping this up. I do hope that we have proven to the world that public school teachers are excellent teachers. We know we still have a few
Yes.
people. I mean, it's found everywhere. There are people, even if
yeah,
it's a
of course,
company, even if it's a
Yeah.
company, let's say this is a multinational company, you still find some people who will not care whether the company is doing well, who will not bother
Or
giving their
not.
best. So why are they not making it look as if government school, public school teachers are different? We don't go to class, we don't teach. It's not true. I know I have worked with excellent educators, and they are doing so well for themselves, and they are not letting what they do other than outside the public school affect what they do. Because I know, like Miss Eunice has her own school, but she's always where you need her
On
in the public
ground.
school. She's also
Yeah.
giving her best and making sure that her learners get the best of her. So thank you all for joining. Please do
thank
subscribe to this channel
you.
because we keep talking about these stories. Your last words, teachers. We used to wrap it up like this. So, Miss Ronke, let's start with you. What's your last word? last word to the
I
people
just want
listening?
to encourage all the educators out there, especially those in the public school. Don't give up, don't be
Yeah.
discouraged. Definitely, our reward is here, it's not in heaven. We are going to, our
Mm-hmm.
reward is here, and keep
Mm-hmm.
developing yourself and keep
Yes.
motivating those
Self
children, make
development.
them, turn them to global citizens. Yeah.
Yeah. Miss
Yeah.
Eunice.
I want to say that teaching is exciting. It's exciting for me. I wonder why someone is not excited about it. It's being a part of somebody's success journey.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing. So for all the teachers that are being discouraged right now, just look ahead. Look ahead. There's so much out there. You're making so much impact. You are
Yes.
creating a future for the future. So I think we should just
Yes.
hang in there. Stay motivated.
Yeah.
Stay motivated. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. I must say that I'm super
Thank you
grateful.
for
I
having
know,
us.
I know what it took
Marvin.
you guys to come on this show. So I'm super, super grateful. Thank you for all your insights. I do hope that people who will watch this after now will actually stay motivated. Let's keep doing what we are doing, and of course, we'll reap the fruit of our labor here first before we go to heaven.
Amen.
Okay, ladies, have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
Bye.
you.